Hi, Ben with Lakeview Painting here. Today we're going to show you how to paint some wood trim, specifically a window frame. We're here working in a home that was built in the mid-50s, probably around 1955, I believe. So the woodwork is older and has multiple coats of paint on it. So we're going to have to do some prep work to it before painting it. First thing we're going to do, obviously, is come in here, take down any of the blinds or brackets. There's some nails in the window frame. All of this, the homeowner is throwing in the garbage and getting new stuff. So first thing we got to do is remove all the stuff we don't want. Alright, now that we've got all of the blinds and any nails that were in the window frame removed, we're going to start with prepping the wood. We're going to take some sandpaper. We use 120 grit typically, especially on something like this that's older. It's a little heavier grit and will help get rid of some of the old ridges and drips from old paint. So this will scuff the surface, smooth out any imperfections, and then we'll be ready for the next step. And always put on your dust mask. All right, we've got the window, it's all sanded, scuffed it up good so that the new paint will adhere better and smooth out some of the old drips, stuff like that. So now we're just going to take some, we like to use this, it's a 3M spackling compound. It's easy just to fill some holes in, and you can just take your finger. For small stuff like this, just fill in the holes, try to smooth it out, and this stuff dries pretty quick, probably in about 15 minutes or so for something small like this. And we'll come back and just sand these spots. And then we'll get the window cleaned up and ready to be caulked. All right, we've got the little patches that we did all sanded. So our next step is we're going to vacuum off the window really good so there's no dust on it. Okay, our next step is going to be to caulk all of the gaps and cracks in the window. And you can see this window has some cracks here, just a gap between the window frame and the window itself. And then there's some gaps here between the frame and the wall up there. You can see some down here. So we'll usually run a bead of caulk all the way down and go all around the window just so it has a nice clean look to it. Okay, here we are with the window we've been working on. You can see this is fully caulked. We went all the way around the window itself, all the way around the frame, and it's almost ready for paint. The next step, we're just gonna take some primer and we're gonna hit these bare wood spots with some primer, then we'll be ready to paint it. Okay, now we're gonna just take a brush and go over these bare spots with some oil-based primer. We're using Zinsser cover stain, and you can use something like this, Kills Original, any kind of oil-based primer will work. Okay, now that all the prep work is done on our window here, we've got a nice, clean, sound surface. We're ready to start painting. Okay, here we are with the window all dry and it's completely finished right now. Got a nice smooth semi-gloss finish on there. And what we're gonna do next is paint the rest of this room, cut the walls in, and the room's gonna turn out great. Okay, now when we painted the window, we just overlapped the white onto the wall because we're painting the walls. So now we can cut the window in with our wall paint and cut a nice straight line in there.